Hi. Let's take a look at daily oral language sentence number 61, shall we? Allow me to put it up on our screen. Okay, there it is. I'm going to read it out loud, and then we'll go over it. So it says, the truck that arrived at our house contains the furniture shipped from the West Coast, but no one is home to meet him. I'm going to say that again. The truck that arrived at our house contained the furniture shipped from the West Coast, but no one is home to meet him. So there is a word in this sentence which tells me that there's going to be a comma put in the middle of this sentence. I told you this before. Normally, when you see this word in the middle of a sentence, almost always a comma goes before it. And of course, that word is but. So let's put a comma before but. I want to point out one thing. If I change the word but to however, you'll notice this becomes a run-on sentence. And we have to separate it now with a semicolon or a period. Take a look. The truck that arrived at our house contained the furniture shipped from the West Coast. Semicolon. However, comma, no one is home to meet him. So just changing that word but to however completely changes our sentence structure, and we have to then fix our punctuation. But let's go back. I like the word but in this sentence because that means we have to use a comma, and we can fix it with that. So also at the end of this sentence, clearly I want a period. Let's go to the top. I'm sorry, that's an ugly period. Let's go to the top, and we'll fix the sentence up. So we have the truck, so we capitalize truck, that arrived at our house. Notice arrived is misspelled. We need another R in arrived. Good. Contained the furniture shipped from the West Coast. There's a couple things still wrong with that. Contained, a container, or if you contain something, is T-A-I-N. So contained is C-O-N-T-A-I-N-E-D. Please add an I to contained. The furniture shipped from the West Coast. Furniture is clearly misspelled. It should be U-R-N, not E-R-N. Good. Shipped from the West Coast. Now, take a look at West Coast. We're not saying that he traveled west or traveled east. We're saying he came from the West Coast. So in this case, we're not saying West Coast as a direction. We're using it as a location. So let's capitalize both West and Coast because he's saying that's a part of the country he came from. So he's shipped from the West Coast. Good, continue. But no one is home to meet him. Remember, this took place in the past. It arrived. So it's not that no one is home. It's no one was home to meet him. And I have one more problem. It has to do with a pronoun in this sentence. What arrived at the house? A truck did. So what's wrong with the second part of our sentence? The truck arrived, but no one was home to meet him. Unless this truck is a Decepticon, it's not a him, it's an it. No one was home to meet it. Now, if you had said the truck driver arrived at our house, then we would say meet him, but we're not talking about the driver, we're talking about the truck. So it's meet it. Let's get this down correctly, everybody. Make sure you have it. Let's see. The truck that arrived at our house, notice we fixed arrived. Contained, we fixed contained, we fixed furniture. Shipped from the West Coast. Notice we capitalized West Coast because we're using it as a location, not a direction. We put a comma because of the word but no one was home. Remember, past tense, so it was to meet it because of course we're talking about the truck. And the last thing I want to reiterate is the fact that we can change the sentence very much by sticking the word however instead of but. And then you'll notice it becomes a run-on sentence. So we have to separate it either with a semicolon or a period. Why don't we do a period this time for you to see it? So I would capitalize however, and let's see how it reads. The truck that arrived at our house contained the furniture shipped from the West Coast, period. However, no one was home to meet it, period. That's two different sentences because of the word however. But of course, if we keep the word but, then of course we put just a comma beforehand. Excellent job, everybody. Thank you very much.